Rogers Nelson, an American icon born on June 7, 1958, and gone too soon on April 21, 2016, was much more than just a singer. He was a multi-talented artist who could write, produce, and perform music, playing a wide range of instruments. Renowned for his flamboyant and androgynous style, Prince was as much a force of presence as he was a musical innovator. His virtuosity extended to his voice, with an impressive range that included both high-pitched screams and soaring falsetto. A prolific creator, Prince produced his albums and is considered a pioneer of the Minneapolis sound, a genre that blended elements of funk, R&B, rock, and new wave. Throughout his career, Prince incorporated a vast array of musical influences into his work, including soul, synth-pop, pop, jazz, blues, and even hip-hop. A Minneapolis native, Prince's musical journey began at a young age. By 19, he had a record deal with Warner Brothers Records, launching his career with albums like For You and Prince. Critical acclaim followed with influential releases like Dirty Mind, Controversy, and 1999. His superstardom arrived with Purple Rain. Backed by his new band, The Revolution, the album doubled as the soundtrack for a film of the same name where Prince himself starred. Purple Rain became a cultural phenomenon, topping the Billboard 200 chart for an impressive 6 months straight. The soundtrack even won Prince an Academy Award, and the film itself became a critical and commercial darling. Following the success of Purple Rain and the disbanding of The Revolution, Prince released Sign o' the Times, an album widely considered his masterpiece. Prince's relationship with Warner Brothers turned sour in 1993, sparking a contractual battle. This led to a dramatic move. Prince shed his birth name and adopted an unpronounceable symbol, affectionately called the love symbol by fans. During this period, he was known by various titles, including the artist formerly known as Prince, Tafcap, or simply the artist. In 1998, he switched labels to Arista Records. By 2000, he'd reclaimed his original name, Prince. Despite the controversy, Prince's musical output remained strong. Over the next decade, 6 of his albums cracked the US top 10 charts. Prince's creative wellspring never ran dry. Throughout his life, he released a staggering 39 albums. His Paisley Park even housed a vault containing a treasure trove of unreleased material, including finished albums and music videos. Since his passing, his estate has continued to share this wealth with the world through posthumous releases. Prince's music resonated globally, selling over 100 million records and securing him a place among the best-selling artists ever. His trophy case overflowed with accolades, including the Grammy President's Merit Award, an American Music Award, a Billboard Icon Award, an Academy Award, and a Golden Globe. His impact transcended genre, earning him induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the UK Music Hall of Fame, and the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame. Further solidifying his legacy, Prince was inducted twice into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. Prince's creativity well extended beyond his performances. Estimates suggest he wrote anywhere from 500 to over 1,000 songs, some of which became even bigger hits when covered by other artists. Think Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor or Manic Monday by the Bangles. His assets, net worth, car collection, and numerous awards and honors reflect his successful and influential career. Assets and estate value. At the time of his passing, Prince did not have a will, leading to complex legal proceedings regarding his estate. Eventually, his estate was valued at $156.4 million, which included real estate, music rights, and other assets. Prince's net worth was estimated to be between $200 million and $300 million at the time of his death. Car collection. Prince had a unique collection of vehicles, including a 1964 Buick Wildcat, a 1999 Plymouth Prowler, a 1995 Prevost bus, a 1991 BMW 850i, a 1984 BMW 633 CSI, and a 1993 Ford Thunderbird. Early life of Prince. Born in Minneapolis on June 7, 1958, Prince Rogers Nelson wasn't just surrounded by music, he was born into it. His parents, Mattie Della, a jazz singer, and John Lewis Nelson, a pianist and songwriter, laid the foundation for his artistic path. Intriguingly, all four of Prince's grandparents hailed from Louisiana, hinting at the deeper roots of his musical soul. His family history wasn't without its trailblazers. His grandaunt, Mittie Maud Lena Gordon, a black nationalist, even championed emigration to West Africa in defiance of racial prejudice. Further solidifying his musical lineage, Prince even counted jazz drummer Louis Hayes as a paternal cousin. Prince's musical destiny seemed preordained. Named after his father's stage name, Prince Rogers, used while performing with Prince's mom in the jazz group Prince Rogers Trio, music was truly in his blood. His father even admitted wanting Prince to do everything I wanted to do, a powerful testament to his musical aspirations for his son. Though not a fan of the name, Prince preferred Skipper throughout his childhood. While battling epilepsy as a young boy, Prince found solace in music, an interest he shared with his younger sister Tyka, thanks to their father's encouragement. Despite their parents' religious background in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Prince's path would veer into a world of artistic expression that transcended traditional boundaries. Music became Prince's refuge at a young age. By 7, he'd already penned his first song, Funk Machine, on his father's piano. However, his childhood was far from harmonious. His parents divorced when he was 10, and his relationship with his stepfather, Hayward Baker, was strained. This led to Prince bouncing between his parents' homes, a situation that only worsened when his father kicked him out. Despite the upheaval, there were bright spots. Baker did introduce Prince to the legendary James Brown in concert, sparking further musical inspiration. A ray of light also came from a new friendship. Moving into the basement of the neighboring Anderson family, Prince befriended their son, Andre, later known as Andre Simone, who would become a future collaborator. Personal life. Prince was known for a colorful romantic life, with famous names like Kim Basinger, Madonna, and Vanity dotting his past. But his personal connections went beyond fleeting flings. Susanna Melvoin, sister of his longtime collaborator Wendy Melvoin, shared a unique experience. During the Sign o' the Times era, she, Wendy, and Lisa Coleman lived together and Prince would often stay with them. Melvoin described it as a special family bond. We became really close. He got to be in a family of 3 women, and we got to have our Prince. Not many people had that kind of relationship with him. In 1990, Prince's eye caught 16-year-old dancer Maite Garcia waiting by his tour bus. He even pointed her out to a bandmate, saying she'd be his future wife. A few years later, after Garcia graduated high school, she joined his act as a backup singer and dancer. Their connection grew, and they married in 1996, when he was 37 and she was 22. Tragedy struck soon after. Garcia and Prince's son, Amir, was born in October 1996 but sadly passed away a week later due to a rare genetic disorder called Pfeiffer syndrome. Due to Prince's intense focus on privacy, details surrounding their child were difficult to confirm by media outlets. The heartbreak of losing Amir, followed by another pregnancy loss, deeply impacted their marriage. Ultimately, they divorced in 2000. In 2001, Prince said, "I do" to Canadian businesswoman Manuela Testolini. Manuela, with roots in both Italy and Egypt, brought a new perspective to his life, as their Toronto home became a frequent destination for the couple. Unfortunately, their happily ever after wasn't meant to be. By 2005, they were separated, and their divorce was finalized in 2007. Professional career. Prince's musical journey began before he even graduated high school. In 1975, his cousin Chantel's husband, Pepe Willie, formed a band called 94 East. Prince, along with Andre Simone, lent their talents to the group, contributing guitar and co-writing a song. These recordings would later surface on the album Minneapolis Genius, the historic 1977 recordings. Around the same time, Prince teamed up with producer Chris Moon to create a demo tape. Though it didn't land him a record deal initially, the tape caught the eye of Minneapolis businessman Owen Husney. Recognizing Prince's potential, Husney signed him to a management contract and facilitated a demo recording at Sound 80 Studios. This polished demo, along with a press kit, garnered interest from major record labels like Warner Brothers, A&M, and Columbia. Prince's path to Warner Brothers was paved by Owen Husney, who secured him a recording contract with creative control over his first 3 albums and publishing rights for his music. This Minneapolis launchpad soon gave way to Sausalito, California, where Prince would record his debut album, For You, at Record Plant Studios. Impressively, Prince not only wrote and produced the album but also played all 27 instruments himself, except lyrics co-written by Moon on the songs Soft and Wet. The recording process proved expensive, doubling his initial advance. Released in April 1978, For You established Prince as a rising star, with Soft and Wet peaking at number 12 on the Hot Soul Singles chart, and Just As Long As We're Together reaching number 91. In 1979, Prince assembled his first band, featuring Andre Simone on bass, Des Dickerson on guitar, Gail Chapman and Dr. Fink on keyboards, and Bobby Z on drums. Their debut gig rocked the Capri Theater on January 5th, but Warner Brothers execs who attended felt Prince and the band needed more time to hone their sound. Later that year, October saw the release of Prince's self-titled album. It became a commercial success, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Top R&B/Black Albums chart and number 22 on the Billboard 200, eventually going platinum. The album spawned 2 R&B hits, Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad? And the million-selling I Wanna Be Your Lover, which climbed to number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and dominated the Hot Soul Singles chart for 2 weeks. Prince even brought both songs to American Bandstand on January 26, 1980. For this album, Prince switched his publishing company to Ignirp Music, BMI. Prince pushed boundaries in 1980 with the release of Dirty Mind. This album wasn't shy about sexuality, with tracks like the title song, Head, and Sister embracing a provocative sound. Stephen Thomas Erlewine described it as a stunning, audacious mix of funk, new wave, R&B, and pop, fueled by sex and a desire to shock. Recorded in his own studio, Dirty Mind went gold, with the single Uptown hitting number 5 on both the Billboard Dance and Hot Soul Singles charts. Prince even opened for Rick James' Fire It Up tour that year. 1981 was a busy year for Prince. He made his debut on Saturday Night Live, performing Party Up, followed by the release of Controversy in October. He opened for the Rolling Stones on their U.S. tour, but his unique stage presence, trench coat and black bikini briefs, in Los Angeles didn't sit well with some audience members, who threw trash at him after just 3 songs, forcing him off stage. Undeterred, he kicked off 1982 with a college tour as the headliner. This period also saw the birth of Controversy Music, ASCAP as his publishing company for songs on the Controversy album, a practice that continued until Emancipation in 1996. Controversy also marked the beginning of Prince's experimentation with abbreviated spelling, replacing words like you with you, two with two, and for with four. By 2002, MTV News noted this had become a signature style, with titles, liner notes, and even web postings adopting his unique shorthand, as seen on albums like Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic, with its song Hot With You. In 1981, Prince wasn't just making waves as a solo artist. He also formed The Time, a side project where he channeled his creativity. The band released 4 albums between 1981 and 1990, with Prince as the mastermind behind most of the music. He wrote the songs, played many of the instruments, and even provided backing vocals under pseudonyms like Jamie Starr or The Star Company. Morris Day took center stage with his powerful lead vocals. Later in 1982, Prince dropped a double album titled 1999. It became a massive success, selling over 4 million copies worldwide. The title track, a powerful protest against nuclear proliferation, became his first top 10 hit internationally. Little Red Corvette was another milestone. It was one of the first music videos by black artists, alongside Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, to receive heavy rotation on MTV. This was a significant moment, as MTV had been criticized for neglecting black music until pressure from CBS forced a change. This event, along with their competitive drive, ignited a long-lasting rivalry between Prince and Jackson. The album boasted another hit, Delirious, which also landed in the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 Top 10. 2010 was a busy year for Prince. He kicked it off with a new song, Purple and Gold, inspired by his love for the Minnesota Vikings. In February, he showed his support for independent radio by letting a Minneapolis station premiere another new song, Cause and Effect. His influence wasn't lost on the world, as Time magazine included him on their prestigious 100 Most Influential People list. He celebrated his 52nd birthday with the release of a new single, Hot Summer, played on the same Minneapolis radio station that championed Cause and Effect. His birthday month also saw him grace the cover of Ebony magazine and receive a Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. July brought double the celebration. Prince released his album 2010 as a free giveaway with European publications and launched his 2010 tour across Europe. The tour continued into November, with a band change-up for the second leg featuring familiar faces like Sheila E. In October, he offered fans a taste of his upcoming 2010 Deluxe album with a snippet of the song Rich Friends on a French radio station. To wrap up the year, Prince embarked on the Welcome to Tour in December and received a Grammy Hall of Fame induction. 2013. The Prince kicked off the year with a new song and lyric video, Screwdriver. He announced a West Coast tour with his new backing band, 3rd Girl. Prince made a deal with Cobalt Music to distribute his music. He released a new solo single, Breakfast Can Wait, featuring Dave Chappelle's impersonation of him on the cover art. 2014. The Prince performed intimate shows in London with 3rd Girl, including a sound check at the Electric Ballroom and a concert at Lianne La Havas' home. He released a new single, The Breakdown. In a major move, Prince re-signed with Warner Brothers Records after nearly 2 decades. As part of the deal, he regained ownership of his master recordings with the label, and Warner Brothers would release a remastered deluxe edition of Purple Rain for its 30th anniversary. Prince launched a series of surprise hit-and-run concerts across Europe. Fans followed his Twitter for clues about show locations and times. He established NPG Publishing, a music company focused on artist freedom from major label restrictions. 2015. Following the death of Freddie Gray in Baltimore, Prince released a tribute song, Baltimore, and held a concert in his honor at Paisley Park. His penultimate album, Hit and Run Phase 1, was released on the streaming service Tidal before a wider CD and download release. Hit and Run Phase 2 followed later that year, also on Tidal. Prince embarked on the critically acclaimed piano and a microphone tour, performing solo with a custom piano. The tour began in Australia and included stops at the Sydney Opera House, but was cut short due to illness in April 2016. Illness and death. In April 2016, a cloud fell over the music world with the shocking news of Prince's passing. The weeks leading up to his death were marked by a series of concerning events that hinted at underlying health struggles. Early signs of trouble. On April 7th, Prince visited Dr. Michael T. Schulenberg, a family medicine specialist, in Excelsior, Minnesota. This visit, followed by another on April 20th, coincided with the postponement of 2 shows at the Fox Theater due to influenza. Determined performance and emergency landing. Despite battling the flu, Prince rescheduled and performed what would be his final concert on April 14th. Tragically, his health took a drastic turn during the flight back to Minnesota. He became unresponsive, forcing an emergency landing in Moline, Illinois. There, he received naloxone, a medication used to reverse opioid overdoses. A confusing picture. After regaining consciousness, Prince left the hospital against medical advice. His representatives downplayed the incident, attributing his condition to dehydration and the lingering flu. However, his subsequent activities were puzzling. He was seen cycling and even attended a record store event and a dance party, all while seemingly healthy. The cause of death. The tragic truth came to light on April 21, 2016, when Prince was found unresponsive at his Paisley Park residence. Autopsy results revealed the cause of death as an accidental overdose of fentanyl, a powerful synthetic opioid. Fentanyl can be up to 50 times more potent than heroin, making it a highly dangerous drug. In Prince's case, the fentanyl was found in counterfeit pills disguised as a common painkiller, highlighting the potential dangers of unregulated medication. Unanswered questions. Despite investigations, the source of Prince's tainted pills remains unknown. No criminal charges were filed, but the investigation confirmed that Prince was struggling with opioid addiction. Prince's death served as a stark reminder of the dangers of opioid abuse and the potential for counterfeit drugs to infiltrate the market. His story continues to raise awareness about this critical public health issue. Thank you for watching. In the comments section, tell us your favorite memory of Prince. Share with your friends if you liked this video. Subscribe and click on the bell notification for more.